This content was created purely for entertainment and informational purposes. The creators of this vlog do not endorse drinking and driving, debauchery, underage drinking, public intoxication, speeding, street racing or any other form of delinquency. I'm just a guy, with a drink, talking about cars. Please don't take this too seriously.
We're just going to do it. Welcome back to Cocktails and Crankshafts. It's your boy, the Killer Bee, the Fat Man, the Africanized Honeybee, the Car Guy Blog 05 at gmail.com guy, at 05Carl on Twitter, at 05Carl on Instagram, at 05Carl on Facebook. The word zero, Z-E-R-O, the number 5, fifth, the word car, C-A-R. With me, as always, my fabulous co-host, May Flowers.
Yo, yo.
What's going on, man?
Man, I'm chilling.
So today we're going to go back in the Wayback Machine, the way back.
Way back.
May 14th in the year of our Lord, 2005.
Oh, where was I in 2005? Okay, got it.
Richmond County, North Carolina, the Rockingham International Hot Rod Association Dragstrip.
Rockingham.
I went to a thing called the Kumho Street Warriorz. And for those that are wondering, Kumho is a brand of tires from Korea, I believe. They were relatively new at the time in the US and were doing everything they could to really spread their name. They were offering autocross contingency dollars, i.e. if you won an event on their tires, you could make some cash. They had an event, and you know that Fast and Furious movie F9 just came out.
Yeah.
So instead of Too Fast, Too Furious, Street Warriors was Too Slow, Too Slumberous.
Ba-dum-ching.
Yeah. So let me read the press release. Kumho Tire USA and Clear Channel Entertainment have announced a partnership to launch a series of car culture events called Kumho Street Warriorz. This series is part drag race, part street festival, and will run from early March to November. But it is about more than that. Kumho Street Warriorz is about butterflies in a racer's stomach before the lights turn green. The sound and smell of tires meeting asphalt, wondering which one is going to give first. Banging bass, what's on the line, pride, bragging rights. The Kumho Street Warriorz series is coming to 18 cities, designed to take drag racing off the streets and put it on the strip. We wanted to be part of something new and create a place for car crazy people with the option to just come out and have a good time, or actually put their car, truck, or motorcycle on a real racetrack, push it to the limit, and do this in a safe environment, said Mike Leverington, Director of Marketing for Kumho Tire USA. Let me just say, as a statement, that is so boilerplate, don't get us sued type of a statement as I've ever heard. Plus, this is 2005. So we've already had at this point 5 or 6 years of Nopi Drag Racing Association, several years of Battle of the Imports. We've had the import show off. We've had the, they weren't new to this thing, right? I mean, they were new to this thing, but this was not a new thing.
But this was not a new thing.
I mean, even the talking points. But let me keep going. It's for tuners, gearheads, the regular car show crowd. It's for everybody, and everybody is invited to the all-night party. Drag racing, girls, stereo, girls, burnout contest, girls, live music. Did we mention girls? Bikini contest that will take the concept of bragging rights just a little bit further. Kumho Street Warriorz offers no-holds-barred drag racing, where competitors show up with what they have and put it up against whoever's running in the opposite lane. There's something for everybody. Ugly car contests, DB drags where car stereos battle it out for supremacy, and more action on the drag strip featuring smoky burnout contest and much more. The all-night party comes complete with DJs and or live bands, extreme sports demos, and lastly, but certainly not least, the Sultry Bikini contest. Kumho Street Warriorz is for everybody who is up for a challenge regardless of what they drive or ride. It's also for people who just want to chill and soak up the sights and sounds. The bottom line is Kumho Tires and Clear Channel are putting the nightclub at drag strips all throughout the country. And that's what it's all about. It's cheap too. Admission price for all events will be just $15, 20 to race. So, and I didn't even read all that. I literally,
that's all that's missing.
as I was wont to do back in those days, I would literally go on Rockingham Dragstrip's website, look at their season schedule, see what the import events were, put them in my Excel spreadsheet, and make plans to show up, which is exactly what I did. So this event, I can't even call it a cluster because nothing technically went wrong. It was just sort of as lame as that press release was. It was like if you took Nopi, because Rockingham hosted Nopi and Rockingham also hosted Battle of the Imports. And if you compared the three, even with the bad weather and the horrid rainstorms, Battle of the Imports was more fun and Nopi was a better organized and larger event. So here's the best way I can explain it. We had the East Coast Stunners motorcycle stunt team. You know, they were doing the endos and the wheelies and the twirlies and the standing on the tank and the standing on the back of the bike while the bike went around in a circle. And then the dude was, you know, revved his tires and was he had jumped off the bike and had the back tire, was doing the burnout while he was off the bike, trying to wait for the tire to pop, and the tire wouldn't pop. I mean, I got tired of holding the camcorder, and I've got all this on film, right? So there's this huge cloud of smoke, and now my autofocus won't work because autofocus on those cameras does not like smoke. It can't, there's no contrast. That autofocus system is based on contrast, and there's no contrast when you're looking at smoke. So the autofocus is hunting back and forth, trying to find something to focus on. The bike's going, and he's trying to hype the crowd up, and we're like, okay, this is boring. Okay, this is boring. We can see this at any mall parking lot. Finally, he just lets the bike go and it tumbles over, but the tire never does burst. Now, the burnout contest was pretty cool, except for the dude that won it was in some big old primer colored country boy pickup truck. And I think he did blow his tires, which I was never willing to risk the engine damage or transmission damage or tire damage of a burnout contest.
Right.
Because you're sitting there redlining your car with no air or very little air moving through the radiator because you're sitting still. Your brake rotors are rubbing against the pads all that time because you got to hold the brakes to keep the car from rolling forward. So you're cooking your brake pads, you're tearing up your tires, you're running the possibility of overheating your engine for what, $200, $500? Well, that won't buy you a new set of tires.
Sure won't.
Right? So, you know, there was that. But again, it was fun to sit in the stands and watch all this stuff. So they had the girl who said she was a motorcycle stunt rider, but she was wearing high heels and therefore couldn't do any motorcycle stunts that day. And I think I did actually see video. I think she actually could. Certainly she could ride a bike. I knew that much, but she didn't do any stunts that day while she was there.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had the obligatory Asian young lady in the branded t-shirt and booty shorts as a representative throwing out frisbees and rubber wristbands and other assorted knickknacks.
Of course.
And their bikini contest was not a bikini contest because anybody that doesn't know, Rockingham's kind of in a rural part of North Carolina, and the drag strip is not right in town. The drag strip is out away from town next to the NASCAR oval because, you know, both of those things make a lot of noise. And North Carolinians are good church-going folk, and they don't like loud noises on Sundays. So the racetracks are usually not close to town.
Especially not loud noises when you out there sinning.
Right. So girls that showed up and didn't know there was going to be a bikini contest or whose boyfriends didn't tell them there was going to be a bikini contest were not prepared for a bikini contest. So then it became okay, can I surgically alter this branded logo t-shirt enough to make it vaguely resemble something that would be a swimsuit? And then you had, let's see, the hostess was a penthouse pet, or so they claimed, wearing a sweater and long pants. And of course, we're in a part of North Carolina that's not far from Fort Bragg, you know, rowdy soldiers or whatever. So dudes are yelling for her to take her clothes off, of course, because she's advertised as a penthouse pet, and everybody knows penthouse pets don't wear clothes.
Right.
But of course, she doesn't want to take her clothes. So it just like the
Well, I'm sure you
event,
got to pay for clothes off.
right? And then so the DJ was, lecturing people and being, tisking and finger wagging at the crowd, and uh, people were getting restless. And for some reason, there was like a 5-year-old kid on the stage. I guess it was a DJ's son, and it
Inappropriate.
it was just like, what is going on here? Who is the promoter here? Who is organizing? This is not organized, and that's the way I felt about it. It just felt disorganized.
It sounds like a hot mess.
On the other hand, I saw a rich kid from, I don't know if he was from Charlotte or Raleigh, but he was driving a Dodge Viper, and I saw him blow up his clutch, which I thought was hilarious.
Oh,
It's like, dude, the smoke is supposed to be coming from the tires, not from underneath your transmission. You broke something. It was not a good event. That's the best way I can put it. It was a spectacle in the train wreck kind of sense, and not the Battle of the Imports train wreck where the stage almost blows over and a frigid early spring rainstorm descends upon us while we're all standing out there to Dragstrip getting soaked. Not that kind of train wreck. Just this event was not well run train wreck.
right. This is not what you sold us in
Which is
the
weird
promo.
because the staff of the Rockingham Dragstrip itself, they run that Dragstrip very well. I've been there many, many times, and they know how to get people staged up and down the track over and over and over again in a very efficient manner. They're good at that. But if you bring a stage and a stage show, and the stage is not, and the lights not, and the DJ is not, and it was just like, it really was like a knockoff version of a Fast and Furious movie gone bad.
And it's too many failures, right? You can have an event where you have maybe some bad lighting, maybe a bad concert, maybe a bad DJ, maybe bad weather. But you can't, you can't have bad weather, bad DJ, bad music, bad women who are fully dressed when you expected a bikini contest, even though how I feel
And
about
that's
that.
why, but that's why Nopi got with their thing where they started taking their own models with them.
Right.
And then you supplement with local girls, but you always have, because if you promise the crowd something, you better deliver. But more to the point, you can't come in half-stepping when you're at a venue where in that same spring you're competing with two of the biggest national car culture promotions in the country.
Right.
That come in and throw great events, all with the only detraction being the whims of the weather, which can happen to anybody at any time. Spring in North Carolina is unpredictable, to put it mildly.
Yeah. It could be 80 degrees or 40.
So that was the story of Kumho Street Warriors, which was not my last event that spring, but one of the last few events that I went to before I left North Carolina. As you recall, by August of that year, I was living in Illinois. So yeah, Kumho Street Warriors. I think I still got one of those Frisbees. I might have chucked it finally. But I used to have a whole box full of just stuff I collected at not racing events, but at car culture events. So I had canned koozies and branded neck lanyards and stickers and Frisbees and so many of them rubber-based bracelets. I could make an emergency rope to climb outside of a house with them. Just crap.
Just a box of tchotchkes.
Drink bottles, plastic drink bottles. And I was like, at some point, I just need to let this stuff go. So 1 or 2 moves ago, I started dumping a lot of that stuff. And it wasn't even worth trying to sell it on eBay. I just chucked it. But that's my story of the Kumho Street Warriors. And I hope I didn't offend anybody with my derogatory talk about Kumho or Clear Channel Communications or whoever they were called. And that's supposed to be a big company. Clear Channel is a major player in the media scene. But anyway.
They're a big conglomerate. So you would think they would do better.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe they just threw the money in and was like, okay, find somebody to do Or, you know, the other thing I thought about, they may have been using local DJs and bands. So each event was a unique discombobulation of bad management unto itself.
When outsourcing goes wrong.
Yeah. At any rate, if you were involved in the planning or execution of said event, aside from the Rockingham Dragstrip staff, who I gloat effusively about, I don't mean to personally offend you, but you put on a crap event. I'm sorry.
And sometimes bad events happen to good people.
Sure. As always, we thank you for listening to Cocktails and Crankshafts. If you like what we're doing, like, share, and subscribe. I am not on Patreon, so I won't be begging you for money. I provide this outlet as a service to YouTube for all the wonderful, wonderful entertainment I've received over the years. Wow, that was a lie.
I like that, though. That's good.
Honestly, I do this to practice my public speaking skills more than anything, which is a whole nother thing that I'm not going to get into right now. But with my new job, I'll be doing a lot more public speaking, and this is a good way for me to practice. That said, like, share, and subscribe. I'm really trying to grow my subscriber count. If you like what we're doing, tell a friend, tell 2 friends, tell your family.
Tell your friends
everybody,
to get
tell
with
everybody,
my friends.
tell your coworkers.
We can be friends.
Well, we don't even want money. Just click like, click share, click subscribe, hit the little bell icon so you know when I release something new, and we'll all get along happy. And I won't have to send my muscular friend to your house. I don't want to imply threats of violence, but he's very muscular and quite aggressive. Moving on.